good cold morning, JR.
Yes, it is. Saps will be running today in the trees.
Yeah, it was warm and now it's cold. They don't like that. So I got an interesting little project I got into. It's kind of a, it was just an Amish shed. And they're making a little efficiency apartment for the mother to live in. And we got called upon to put the windows in. They picked these up at Star Supply real cheap at their Window World. Anyway, so we had to cut and reframe all the openings. Well, typical GoPro batteries don't like the cold, so anyway, we got a new one. So JR's out there working on the outside. He's gonna trim out with this is kind of a budget, so we're doing what we can. He's got fence boards. There used to be fence around here, so he's taking the fence boards and ripping them down for trim around the windows to seal that up, and we spray foam it, seal it all up. It's going to be an interesting little project. We also got to frame a closet right here, so we'll show a closet. We got to fix some plumbing issues. So we didn't do any of this work except for the windows. This was pre-us, and I guess they had some help, and they got a lot of it done fairly well, pretty good, you know. But I got to seal the pipe where it comes in because this is going to freeze for sure. This is kind of strange. Do what you gotta do, but there's nothing around that at all. So I gotta like build a little box around the pipe and put a bunch of spray foam in it, and then I guess they're gonna backfill this with some dirt and hope for the best. I'm a little concerned when it gets down to the 20s, but we'll see. And then where the sink comes through, I don't know if you can see it, but I think this is the one. I think the hole hit the hole actually lined up with the runner. It's not going to work. So we got to do something about that. They hit the toilet okay, but that one there looks like he drilled it. Looks like he drilled it a couple times. Looks like he drilled it, but it didn't line up right. Anyhow, we gotta try to do something with that. I don't know if I can do anything with this. This has got one of those rubber in here. You just tighten up that outer ring and it tightens around the pipe. But you see the pipe's crooked and it's too high. Stuff's gonna sit down in here. So that's gotta be trimmed back somehow. And gotta secure this a little better. Like that and that. Can't have that swinging like that. Same thing probably with the hot and cold back here, imagine. That, you know, mark that on the wall so nobody would forget. If you put this wall on, it would put the pipe right here. That's not where you want it. So I gotta cut that, extend that up. Gotta put studs in the corners because, you know, it wasn't made for doing this. So I gotta do that. Not in love with the plumbing up there, but I can do something with that. I think we'll leave it as a loft area, run a couple of boards over top instead of trying to put that through the 2x at this point. Man, look how bowed that 2x for us. And then back here, these must have been upper cabinets. Yeah, that's an upper cabinet. And so we have a void back here, which is fine. Plumbing is not real neat. We'll have to secure that better. So I guess we'll have to come through the side of the cabinet. But the drain is the problem. That drain is lined up exactly with where the bottom plate would be right here. So we can't have that. So we'll have to 45 that up higher, or 90 it, whatever I got to do to get it high enough to come into the cabinet at the right spot. So yeah, we got a few things to do. I'm freezing to get this ready. I guess they're gonna put spray foam in the walls, but we got to get all the plumbing and stuff done, the framing, and have it ready for them to put the wiring in. It's not going to be something we're going to be doing. We've got somebody else doing that, and yeah, I think it'll be a neat little place. Just going to have a mini split for the heat, but anyway, this will be fun. Well, it's not pretty, but it's what you got to do. I had to cut into this stud a little bit and that runner a little bit, but now I got a straight shot, and it had all these holes cut through there I didn't like. So this way my pipe will lay in here. I can make a block of wood, cover that up, cut the flooring back. It's all gonna be underneath the cabinet, but we've got extra pieces of flooring, so I'll just stick that in here, hide it all, look real nice just with one single hole when you look underneath it. Or if you ever clean underneath the cabinet, it'll just make it the best way. But I know how to do it anyway. And that's Mr. JR over there knocking out windows. It's pretty. I think that turned out real nice. Oh, that'll work. For underneath the cabinet, you won't notice that so much. Get a discussion ring put on there. I'll have to run a couple elbows. I think I got enough room under here to bring that over because it's going to be offset. The center is more like over here, so I'll have to dog it over, but we'll make it happen. That's one down. Oh, that's slightly better. A little more solid. All right, that ain't going nowhere. Same here. Just put a little spacer in there and nailed her down. So that's good and solid. Got my little extension. Raise that up. Now we'll tackle that. Do you think I can drum with that? How good am I? I don't know. We'll find out. By the way, you heard the trains were working down in East Palestine. Those are the tracks where they had the infamous crash. So I'm probably sucking up poisons as we speak. Well, that's a whole lot better. We go for gold. Well, I'll tell you what, I probably wouldn't have a job if I didn't have to go around fixing people's mistakes, huh? Well, I'd say that's a win. So on these windows, they got a notch out right here for the water to go. There's no other drain for those. So over here, on these, well, they're all different. These windows, they had a little notchy notch, but our board is right over them. So I just told JR, take the little multi-tool, and you might want to make that just a little bit bigger. The other ones were just a little bit more over, and just notch those out, and it'll be same as the other side, and just put a little bead of caulk down in there. They'll still be able to drain out. The only one that's different beyond that is kind of like a standard window where it's got the hole here to drain out. I said, well, but basically all we can do on that is kind of like leave it right like that so we don't caulk the whole board, caulk it so we don't get back up underneath the trim. Best we can do. Well, here's the plan. So far, I cut a board down and it fits up under there. Okay. And it's pretty tight. It goes up against the stud. You see it up there. And anyway, there's that one. I got these notched out ones. Got these notched out ones. They got to slide up in over here and around that double header stud. That's a tight fit. Anyway, that one will go in here. It does. Add it in there. There we go. Screw that one together. Do the same on the other side. Easy to front. And then do this same with this one. Slide it up in there. Get that in there, and then this will be my end cap one. That one will fit right in there to the bottom plate there. And cap it off. But I'm gonna leave this one off first, So I can put the 3 together, leave this open and spray foam all that. And then I just have to shave the spray foam later to put the end cap on. That should insulate the pipe. That's the game plan anyway. Well, that was a pain in the neck, but I got it. Got it even attached to the upper stud. Got everything screwed together and it's pretty solid. So I'm thinking of just spraying around the backside, because this actually, I didn't realize I got this to go in between. So I'm gonna have to spray foam it with one can around and get all that back void and fill it as much as I can. And then I'll probably poke a hole through the board, put the board on and spray foam the rest of it with the other can. See how that works. Seems to be working. I got a full can in there and it filled all the backside and actually most of it. So I'm gonna keep pushing this can in, maybe use the whole can up or wait till it starts coming underneath or whatever, but it got around the pipe real good, so I'm hoping this works. All right, I had a sick feeling, a very sick feeling. I don't know if the camera will find it or not, but I have a funny feeling. Is there a trap in that shower? You're gonna have to tell me because I can't tell. I'll wipe this back and see if we got a trap or not. What's the verdict? Well, with that box in there, I guess it has a trap. I'm assuming that they cut the trap and put it in there. It's like he cut the stud. So looks like he closed it all off with a box. And so I'm guessing we have a trap. Let's hope. So JR got all the windows all trimmed out. So that's just the old fence boards. There used to be a fence going around the property. We just recycled them and used them for our windows. It's about as good as you can do with something like this. And then I went and put spray foam around the windows on the inside. We're pretty much, I mean, look at all my spray foam coming out down there. So I definitely got enough in there. So that we know that's good. So anyway, that'll be it for today, I think. We'll have to come back and do some more framing, backers and things like that and get ready for the kitchen and things like that. So, all right, see you when we come back. All right, we're back here at the tiny house working on her. We're gonna start insulating and stuff, but this is what they have for soffit vent. So we want to make sure we've got flow all the way up to the ridge up there. So we've got these baffles. I'm just basically cutting them, bending them down over so that air can flow on through. I'll have to finish up and put ones up here yet. So I wanted to make sure I got these lapped the correct way, just in case any moisture gets up there for some crazy reason and it wouldn't run and leak out. If I'd had put this piece and overlapped that one, then water could come out if it ever does condensation or anything. This way I'm tucking it back up under the other piece. So that's working out pretty good. It's a little bit of a pain, especially up over there. There's no room to work. I had to climb back up in there. It was horrible. But I got the worst of it done. Oh, thanks, JR. Why'd you get me into this for? Oh, oh man, what do I do for a living?
Need longer arms.
Get me out of here now. Oh, mommy. I need my mommy. Okay, make the great escape. Boom.
We didn't need a winch after all.
No, like I said, I thought you were gonna have to bring me food and water in my mail. Okay. Hey, we got the great Dan over here putting the HVAC in. How well is it going to work?
What's that?
How well is this HVAC going to work in this room?
Oh, it's going to work perfectly. Absolutely.
You're going to keep your tootsies warm? No comment.
However, you know, the floor.
Yeah.
No insulation at all?
No.
Who's the contractor here? Oh,
not me. I didn't do it. Well, you got that to finally fit in there, JR.
Yeah, but is this? I'm just.
Whoa.
The thing is we're parallel here.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Nothing's really quite square in this thing. It's just sitting on 4x4s. Big trim. It's rustic.
All right.
So what JR was fighting is the fact that we made this level, but this building isn't level. So this stud isn't level, it's off. So that made everything, if that makes sense, because that sheet was square. So it was square everywhere, but then we got the gap here, so he's just going to cut a little off the bottom. Anyhow, yeah, like our party tinsel up here. What we got, because of the baffles, that rock wool won't stay up in there like it should. So just to hold that up in there until we get the wood up, we run some straps, and that'll work. We'll keep it up until we get the wood over top, because we're using that knotty pine putting up over there. I had to do this before when I had to do with a R40 or something like that. We had to put several layers of rock wool, and it was so heavy it was pushing out, and so we had to put strapping up. It's not fun, but at any rate, it'll work. Wow, you're looking nice. We packed that beam out. I got some 1x. I'm gonna cover that over with, but I should put the light up, painted, and I like it. Looks nice. It's coming together, little by little. Oh, look how many blue ribbons I won. I best in show, I guess, from 1st to 5th place. How about that? She's got these labeled for what board goes where. We ran everything through the table saw last time we were here. Got everything ready for our windowsills, packing those out, door jams, stuff like that. All the trim will go along there. But yeah, you know what's funny is this building isn't level. So you put a level on any surface and it's not. So I was like, oh, am I gonna have problems with this shower, because usually we level everything. Well, it fits beautiful. It's square. It's not level plumb, but it's square. And because of that, it fit well. So, proof in the pudding that it doesn't always need to be level, as long as everything is square, or everything is on some benchmark, whatever it is. I just realized there's a little chip out of the bottom down there. But, you know, drywall and caulking, and, you know, it's caulkable. Alright, I got some drywall to hang. It's raining again outside. PC bailed on me. He didn't want to get wet, so I'm doing it by myself. Well, I hope this next one goes a little bit easier than the last one. I haven't done this by myself for quite a while, so, you know, you get out of practice on something. But I did get it up there. I don't have no room to work. It's part of the problem. And we had a shower head, shower stall, which in the end kind of went in my favor. And I gotta get around my grill, doorway, everything else. Okay. Oh, we don't need to drill yet. Drill tried to start itself. Okay, there's that. Now, how are we fitting? I think we're fitting pretty good. When we just get a screw started, we're on to something. I think I got it. Right, George, I think I got it. Hardest thing is getting stuff squared up by yourself. Oh. Went to China. Call that a win. For a one-man band, I ain't gonna complain about that. Got that fan hooked up, got the shower surrounding, got all the drywall up, and a coat of mud on the walls. And it's only 4 o'clock. And I took lunch. Not too bad. This thing's crooked. I cut that and it's like, darn it, it's a little bit crooked. that was fun getting back in there. So how do you think I did that? Well, I'll tell you how I did it. So here's what I did. I pulled the tape back, I couldn't get the knife in there to get much of it. So I put the mud on the back of the paper right there. Put the tape in, smoothed it out. Kind of had to run my knife at a little bit of an angle and get that out, but I actually smeared it with my hand out of the corner. It worked. I don't know how I'm going to put the next coat of mud on there though. I need a smaller knife. I only got a 2-inch knife, and that's 2 inches right here. It's 1.5 inches here. Yeah. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Coming along. Oh yeah, and I got the water hooked up. Everything's water tested and good to go. So yeah, pretty productive day for one guy. Hey, it was a good day today. I had the little girl with me today. We got the kitchen cabinets up thanks to her helping me. So Amanda, the homeowner, who's actually helping us paint, so she might be doing some stuff for us. She actually designed all this and got all these cabinets at a discount place and made it all work, and it works pretty good. So she had this really close. I just had to make a couple of little filler panels here, run through the table saw, and I ended up, so as you know, I'm gonna be telling the truth here. I forgot about this little bit that sticks out past, so when I measured this to center this up in the window, I was a 1/4 inch off. So I had to make this one a little thinner, but it worked in my favor because that is not dead center exactly anyhow. So it's a good thing I shoved it over a little more. It puts the split a little closer to center of the window. I probably could have left that piece out and shoved it way over. I think that would look funny too. So it's a split. You know, you got to work with what you got. But I got this all like 1.75 inches all the way around. So by the time we put our jams in here and we put the trim, it should line up perfectly. Hopefully that's the game plan. Yeah, this was fun. So this is only that bead board. It's only 1/8 of an inch thick. So it ran in and out in between these studs. And so I thought we put blockers back there, but apparently we didn't. So I had to put a couple of toggle bolts in to pull the board back out and get that a lot more flatter. So when we put our countertop up, it's going to lay a lot flatter to where it's cockable. But it all turned out pretty good. It's all pretty much level on the spot. I got my big level ran across and got everything nice and smooth. So put the countertop on, it'll fit nicely. The thing of it is what she bought does not have the corner cut. She went to Star Supply, one of these places that have a whole bunch of building stuff, you know, and she got 2 pieces pretty cheap. So anyway, I did the math, figured out where the center of the sink is, where the cut's gonna be. And so hopefully there's a guy that is around the corner, I guess, that can make that miter cut and make the miters for the little clamps that go underneath. So we're gonna have to kind of like Chucky, slide it out, put some of the clamps in, and kind of slide it in, put another clamp, because I can't get in here to put the clamps in like you normally would if it was an open cabinet. But that should be all right. And then like over here, she's gonna, either I or she's gonna make a little shelf here for a little microwave to stand to sit there, and then she's just gonna have like a hot plate here. It's just basically an efficiency apartment. But that all turned out really well. And boy, you talk about close. We're gonna have to do our corner trim, like route it out or something like that. Now, up here was tricky because this piece back here I'd left out originally. The last piece of ceiling, I didn't like it. And I cut a piece and slid it in there, but I couldn't nail it. I tried and tried. I mean, actually got a little bit of a nail sticking out there. So what I did was I just stuck it in there, and then I cut my trim piece out, and it's 2 inches from there, 1.75 inches back here. But I cut that out and slid it in, and that held that other piece up, and I was able to nail that. So that worked out really cool. We're gonna put a piece of just OSB or something up here, just so that if they want to set a couple knickknacks up there. Over there, we're going to put up a piece of OSB too, and just cut around everything as best we can. I mean, they stuck the wires up and vent fan and all that, so got to do what I got to do. For what she's got into this stuff, sometimes this, you know, marketplace or knockoff building supply places or, you know, that kind of thing does okay. Other times, it's just kind of a pain in the butt, like, you know, that stuff's Mac bid. Some things didn't work, some things you can't really take back. But for the price, sometimes it's worth it. You know, in this case, it's going to be worth it, and it's going to look really nice. So anyway, that's what we did today. So you go ahead and go out and do your work today.
Hitting pool, so you found the best tool for that.
We've hit the delirious stage.
I was telling you, ever watch Seinfeld with that Kramer that plays pool with that little...
Oh, yeah.
That's like her with a hand tool.
Okay.
It works so much better.
Uh-huh. How about that?
It's actually moving faster than what he was doing.
This ground is so wet and mucky that nothing is working. Look how many tools.
I'm sure stuck.
You stuck? Oh, yeah, enough fun. Got all these tools and not a one of them are working. And what works the best?
My phone's inside the building.
Yeah, Amanda's is in there too. So this is Amanda and this is Dustin and this is the little tiny house that we've been working on. These are the actual owners. You finally get to meet them. and they're really showing their best foot forward by being in a mud hole.
Watch it.
This is true. So what are we trying to accomplish here anyway?
We need to vent the toilet.
Yeah. If only it was done when that was open.
It was completely excavated.
And unfortunately it's rained and rained and rained and rained. And you really are trying to be proactive and you got started with the hole and then it rained and filled the hole up. Oh, love it.
Due to
I just
oversight.
decided to fully commit and just get myself down in this hole.
Sometimes that's just the only thing you can do. You found the
I'm just
pipe.
going to have to be hosed down.
You got a garden hose, right, Dustin?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be cold. Oh, man. Poor girl, she's been working hard. She sanded the drywall and painted it, and got the bifold door in. And what's the little girl doing? She's just sitting there eating. No, don't let that fool you. You know she works. Got the organizer in for the closet, got the doors hung, and that's about it. No, that's a lot.
Yeah, she did it all one day.
Yeah, poor
She
thing.
did it all.
Poor thing.
Tiny house, big problems.
There you go. That should be our thumbnail.
It will be. You'll cut that out.
So in an earlier video, in this video, you probably remember I had to move this pipe and it wasn't quite in the exact spot that I really wanted it in, but because of the way the studs were running, I had to do it that way. I was fortunate I was able to put a 90 and then a street 90 and get it up, and it's a tight fit. We got it in there. But now we're ready to put the bolt on, and I love Chinese instructions. There are 2 mounting rings included if you buy our glass sink combo to match our bathroom cabinet. So far so good. 1 ring is for set on the vanity top in order to prevent from water leakage. This ring is in the stage basin suitcases.
I think I found a suitcase.
You found the suitcases?
Yes.
Is that the stage basin suitcase?
I think so. But this is the suitcase, but the handle's missing. And
Oh, there's no handle?
There's no wheels either.
It'll never make it through
It's-
TSA.
No wheels.
The other ring is for fixing the drain assembly from the bottom up. This ring does not include rubber gasket.
Really? What did you say?
Mm,
There's, I don't know which ring, but these rings have gaskets.
and yet we have this, which nobody mentions in the instructions.
Well, if they say it's not in there, does it mean that you still need it? Why would you mention it? No wonder I don't learn anything when I go to work with you.
Well, I don't know, and I'm
Exactly.
no dummy. I know I'll probably get some comments on that one, but looks like this thing unscrews ish. Okay, yeah, I got that apart. I've never had to put one of these in there like that, but apparently
Hold it from the bottom.
that screws together in some fashion.
Are you done with the suitcase?
No, I'm gonna need parts out of it.
Okay, well I'm taking this
pick
out of the
me
way
up.
so it doesn't get broke.
Hold on. Yeah. Probably got that in wrong. Being that I don't have any assistants to tell me I got it otherwise. But one would think that that would fit the other way around so that the water
It might
does.
not. What do you mean? No, but
Well,
no
if it does
system.
drain, maybe the water will go.
Think like water.
Right. That's all.
Doesn't care what's easy or logical.
I just don't like that this is on particle board. That's just silliness. But where is the the drain kit.
In the suitcase.
No, this is the faucet.
Well, now that
Well,
I'm over here, it might be over there.
it's probably missing.
Here.
All the parts are on these things when you buy stuff from MacBit. Oh, it was in the other suitcase.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a carry-on, actually.
That was carry-on.
Alright, sorry I didn't buy the box or find. I just stumbled on them. There are other things around.
I mean, we've got rubber O-ring things that doesn't do anything. I don't know.
Are you done with this? I'm not even filming properly.
Yeah. Well, if you can tell me what any of that is, I'll be nice. It'd be nice to know.
It'll be too late.
Yeah. It'd be nice to know.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's not going to stay in there if it even tried. You gotta love it. If this was a forklift, I'd put grease on it and hold it in place with grease and then stick it on there. But
There's too many moving parts. to this.
yeah, I know.
This is strange.
I've put these in before, but it's rare when I don't put them in every day. And remembering what goes where.
Was it like?
Zoom in. That'll help. Yeah, it says zoom in. Nope, didn't help.
Did it help?
Nope.
Okay.
When we figure it out, if we figure it out, we'll get back to you. All right, I think we kind of got it. got the order in which I need to get this on. There's a metal. Let's see, that O-ring's a little bit messed up, but there's the glass. Then there was a flat nut, and then you got to put that little washer and the knob, then this guy. But at any rate, I did not trust that this thing wasn't going to leak, because when I put these hoses on back in here, it seemed like that one, you can probably hopefully see the one O-ring sticking out a little bit, and I didn't know if that was going to leak or not. So I just figured out, might as well just test it now and see if it works. Seems to be working okay. Things are leaking, so yay. At least we know now. I don't have to probably tear the whole thing apart just to, fix it if we have to. I'm not saying I love it. I tell you what, the engineers and designers, oh boy, I'll tell you what, I think they need to all go back to school. I could design something in my sleep better than this, but that's no fun at all getting those nuts back up in there unless you had a super deep 10mm. But we got it, and this still, I don't know what all of this is for. We might be onto something, maybe. Okay.
Nice hat.
Huh?
Nice hat. Punch bowl?
I wish it had alcohol in it, yeah. Can't tell from the instructions, but those were already on there in that order, so we're gonna go like that. That looks like that goes in there pretty nicely. I kind of like that gasket for the next one, because it goes around this little escutcheon nicely. So far I'm pretty happy with it. That little crush ring, that kind of goes down inside the insert up there, so it seems like that fits. So I think we're okay to that point. Let's see. Break that up here. This was supposed to fit together. That's one thing I never thought to check. Oh my goodness. This was supposed to go together as a kit. Isn't that hilarious?
No, I'm not laughing.
Oh my goodness, after all this fussing around.
And it's the wrong kit.
It's the wrong. Okay.
Oh, there's an
People,
okay.
if you buy anything on any of these marketplaces, any of these kind of things like that, please do me a favor and don't buy it and ask me to install it, because you're going to waste way more money than you're ever going to save by buying some cheap junk that's going to leak in 2 weeks anyway. And then you're paying all kinds of labor for me to try to get to fit.
I'm sorry, Amanda.
Yeah.
I love you.
I don't know. That's crazy.
That,
And this was supposed to
this
go together.
is said it was
Yeah.
to use this with this cabinet. It was supposed to use this with this cabinet.
As far as I know. That's what instructions show. So, bye.
I think we need a moment, so please excuse us.
All right, we're gonna attempt this. We don't know if this will work. I took that little spacer and that gave me a little bit of space, and I can kind of fake it out. We've got a slight little gap at the back, but you probably won't notice it. It just clears. We're gonna try it. Technically, that's sealed. The glass to that metal piece is cleared, sealed, and then from here on, it's, you know, it's just going down the tube, so it should be fine. Should. We'll find out. Stay tuned. Technology isn't great.
Yep.
No. We're having some fun today. That was fun. That was fun. Now this is fun. Yeah, now I got 1.1 gallons. It's starting to come up. 88, 89. Here we go. There we go. 100 degrees. So we got that working. I'm almost afraid to turn this one on because I don't want that silicone to dry. I do have the hot and cold turned on. Yeah, let's see if this thing works. Oh, it's leaking all over the place. Oh, no, just kidding. That freaked us out the first time so bad. We're all like, ah! Oh, that is crazy. It makes it look like that, don't it? That was kind of cool. Seems all right.
We all got equal full on that.
Oh yeah.
Lisa had a nice little.
I did? What did I do?
All right, we're done here for now on the inside of this little tiny house. The only thing left is Amanda said she's going to put the little trim strips in, but we got all the rest of the trim done, and I think it turned out pretty nice. We packed that beam out, and got all our top boards run. Got our sink working. I'll tell you what, the guy who cut this did a really beautiful job. She gave me his number. All I can say was Ralph. He did it really good because she got this at Star Supply. Didn't have the angle cut. He cut the angle and he cut the sink out for me. I had that drawn out for him, and he did a beautiful job. And he even went ahead and put ends on here, which it's subtly different, but you really can't tell. It's very close. And so he did all that for us. And all we had to do is just bowl her up and throw her in there. So I was happy, but I had to put a little bit of a 1/2-inch rise on that because this was hitting the drawers right here. It was sitting right down hard on it. You couldn't even open this at all. She still got to put her handles on there. Yeah, there we go. But it opens up really nice now. But anyway, got the sink all hooked up. I tell you what, Studer valves made a big difference. Now everything drains good. Had one in there, one in the bathroom. And I showed you that one that Amanda was digging out there in the outside for the toilet. And toilet flush is great. So yeah, everything works good. You just need to clean things up. Put a little trim around there. I'm just running out of time. Can only get so much done, and they want to finish up everything else that they can do, so that's fine by us. And we just actually stuck drywall on top of there and on top of there, so at least they can throw some knickknacks or something up there. Shoved everything in here, but I think I showed you she's got her shelving up. So pretty much all she got to do is put a little trim here and there and touch up paint, like on the base of that cabinet and stuff like that, and move on in. So that worked out perfect. I'm really happy with the way that came out. So, yep. All right, well, I might be back to do that fence. Got all that fencing to do. So, it might be my first time that I can remember running. This is like a 5-inch hole for a 4-inch post, or 3.5. But that's because these carry on through into those slots. And I gotta check on this because it's been a long time since I've done one of these. How I might have to do it post by post by post. We'll see. Stay tuned. So, yep, this is what it turned out like. It turned out pretty cute. And you like it, right?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. There you go. Everything functions easy for you to get around and
Yes.
to use and everything like that. So
Yes.
yeah, that's great. That's all it's got to do, right?
Right.
How's the water? Is it hot enough?
Yes.
Because I was wondering about that little hot water tank. You know,
Yes. No,
If that-
it's
little guy would be enough, but
it's great.
oh, good. Good. I'll just put contact paper on the window.
Yes, that's nice too.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I'm just really glad that you enjoy it and